Hello everyone, it's just Brew here. Today we're going to be playing some more Dread Delusion. We played it a few days ago. It seems to have a pretty good start. We're still in the process of learning the game and learning what the game's about and whatnot. I think we're still in the tutorial area, kind of. Does it? Hello? That was weird. Okay, we loaded in the air. Welcome to my prison, human. The words smash against your skull with dread portent. There's no mistaking it. You're speaking to a god. Ah, I sense it in you. That abject horror, that searing shock. Your heart beats so fast it might burst, human. Wait, am I dead? How did I get here? You're moments from death. I plucked you from certain peril as easily as your kind would pull a weed. But it was not an act of kindness. I require something in return. What do you want? Vela Kalos, in her arrogance, chained me here in shackles of void steel. I wish to be free, and so she must die. Okay. You want Vela, correct? Without my aid, your mission is futile. You will surely meet a gruesome demise. So I will save you. I will pluck you from the precipice of oblivion again and again until the deed is done. How times have changed that a human would ask such a thing. There were times in ages past when my shrines were in 1,000 settlements, when every Wiccan knew my name, when my mind rang with the prayers of your kind. I will not stoop to introducing myself, but know this, there are still those loyal to me who preserve my hidden shrines. It is to these places that I will summon you, should your death be imminent. Why else? She craved my power. I am unique in the pantheon of major gods, as I can sense the moment of one's demise and steal them from their fate. But in her arrogance, this was not enough, for I cannot revive someone who is long dead. There are no gods who can, save, perchance, the dreamers themselves. So she kept me chained here. Such is the sorry state of the world, that no followers came to save me. Not even the Wiccans came to my aid. Damn, that cursed god war. Remember our bargain, human. So apparently I died. I don't know if this is a scripted thing or if this is a thing that happened because the game loaded improperly. He's a very odd looking creature, huh? Got a bunch of different faces, a bunch of arms. He kind of reminds me of Anima from Final Fantasy X. Am I supposed to go down here? This looks like an interesting landmark. Yeah, you don't say. So she captured him inside of this lake. I'm assuming this is this fortress is part of a ship or something. That's what it seems like. I'm gonna drink a potion. So last time she had just managed to get away. This Vera lady. I tried to talk to the lady that released us from jail. What's this up here? Oh! Hey! So, Vela escaped Our drones detected her vessel's departure. I couldn't apprehend her. I failed. Well, you survived, and that's something. From the looks of you, I was sure you'd be butchered almost immediately. And anyway, the deal still stands. Vella's still out there, and with you looking for her, the mission is not a failure, not technically. Next, we need to ascertain where Vella may have gone. We have intel on a number of Dark Star mercenaries who flew the roost. We need to pay them a visit. I've arranged to meet with Vella's former quartermaster, who will meet you in the Wobbly Noggin pub. Check your quest log for more information. In the meantime, we can use the God War Fortress as a base of operations. Return here if you need to resupply. Hunt for Vella Kilos. I'm giving you an apostate Union passport document. It will grant access across the Union Gate Bridge like the one to the south. So what are you waiting for? Get going. Okay. Prisoner 17. Okay, we've already talked to him. I'm just curious if anything has changed in here. Nope, it's still stinky. What's going on in here? Nope. Okay. So this little ship has changed locations. Interesting. Okay. So let's look around. Okay, I remember. See, oh, interesting, like dragon thing. We saved down there, and then it's like we fell through the world or something. I don't know. So to the south, I'm assuming this way is south, maybe. It's hard to tell, discern which direction is which. You need like a compass. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That looks like a person down there. You have unspent delusions. I didn't think we did. Yeah, I thought we spent all our delusions. We're going to put in more might. We're just going to become very mighty. Oh, here we go. Oh my. What's all the commotion over yonder? I appeared to be quite lost. I bought a map of the Oniric Isles back in Ryova, but it seems to be decades out of date. He grumbles. That's the trouble with these fringe islands. Every few decades they've floated in different positions. Take my advice, traveler. If you're looking to explore, make sure you find an accurate map. That's what I was just thinking. You were find a map? Well, I noticed that the Erudite Academy is flying overhead. Can you see it up there in the sky? It travels all over the Apostatic Union, so I've heard. I met one of their scholars in a red tent near Hallowtown. Believe it or not, they're working on a map of the region right now, only it's not quite ready. Still, I'd try asking them. Worth a shot, eh? Alright. That guy seems really nice. So, wait, he said that, like, one of the isles floating by is, like, some sort of mages guild, or, like, Map Making Guild. Greetings. The bridge is closed unless you're the bearer of a genuine apostate union passport. So if you've not got one, get lost. I've got a passport right here. Seal looks good. I'm not seeing any signs of magical forgery. Yep, looks like you can pass. Hey, thanks, man. Whew. I'm drinking sweet tea. It's very, very sweet. Oh, the bottom of that tree looked funny. Also, what's this sound? Is it another one of those drone robot things? How do I get down? Oh, okay, wait. Is this a path over here? Yeah, okay. I'm assuming these are bad guys. I think one attacked me once. They kind of remind me of No Face from Spirited Away, where they get that mask, or the mouth below their mask. So we're trying to find this Vela lady. Honestly, I keep getting flashbacks. Like, people have compared this game to Morrowind and many other games. The thing that I keep getting is that the Outer Worlds game, I think it was made by Obsidian or Black Isle. No, I think it was Obsidian. I think it has to do with like the neon colors, sort of. I'm gonna sneak up behind this. I'm assuming this is a goblin. Ah. 3 coins. Is this friend or foe? Hail, peasant. May the apostatic union shine resplendent. Can you tell me about the union? We can give a direction around town. The union is the last bastion of sense in this broken world. We're committed to stamping out the remnants of god worship and cultism. Only human-made magic is permitted in the union. If you see anything suspicious, an illegal shrine or a forbidden text, report it straight away. This town is rife with cultism. Interesting. Okay, so it's been made pretty clear that like this world is like anti-theist, not just atheist, but like against all gods, against like the very notion of God worship. It's kind of an interesting concept. What's this say? Calling all denizens of the apostatic union, our land is beset with a most terrible famine. Can you sit idle while your crops fail and your loved ones perish? We all know who is to blame, the God worshippers, the cultists. For too long they have uttered their dread prayers from the fringes of society, bringing terrible omens upon our lands. Our polymath humbly requests the aid of every denizen in this matter. Visit the Apostatic Union's council building in the center of town. Inquire further. Okay. To be sold, Thornwood Manor. A 200-year manor, once stately and fine, that has fallen into disrepair. The manor grounds comprise an entire island just off the south of Hallowshire. With the right investor, this could be a thriving estate once more. For inquiries, visit the clerk in Hallowtown Council. Floating House. I don't know what this is. Oh my goodness. Apparently this is not complete yet. Can I go up in there? That's weird. Is there a back door? Hopefully I can get up this way. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I was like, what? Okay. Here's a little tavern. I wasn't expecting to see something like this here. Okay. Interesting. Excuse me. So I wasn't expecting to see like a whole little town here. The man drums his fingers on the table as his eyes dart around. He does not look at you as he speaks. Begone with you. I'm waiting for someone. Musician, you're a quartermaster. I'm looking for you. So you're the agent. Must admit, I expected someone a little more inquisitorial. Look can be deceiving. I'm a confessor, more of a prisoner than an agent. I could say the same to you, old man. I'm gonna just tell him flat out, I'm more a prisoner. He laughs, but his eyes stay on you. Ah, so you're the confessor division, with the confessor division. That explains it. Those bastards, they mean to insult me by sending one of their expendable rabble. They've hunted me for years, and now they don't even deign to send an agent. He looks around, at least not to my face. He hisses, teeth gritted. So, out with it, confessor. Has she found it yet? Is it alive? Has who found it? Bella, you inebriated fool. Who else would I speak of? For a moment, he simply stares at you, brow furrowed. They really haven't told you anything, have they? I may as well be speaking to a silk slug. Do you at least know where Bella is? She escaped on a sloop. I tried to apprehend her, but I failed. You know, it sounds about right. She'll have gone to the Underlands to rendezvous with any dark stars that are still loyal. He gazes out the window pane. Of course, the question is where. The Underlands are far larger than the Sky Realm. She could be anywhere. He frowns at you. Surely you jest. What are the Underlands? Will you ask me about the Neuron stars next? His frown deepens. They are the lands that are under the sky realms. Did you extract your mind with a hook? And that's a. Seeing your blank expression, he sighs. When the world was destroyed in the Worldrend over 400 years ago now, its surface was turned into an inhospitable hellscape. Those lands are the Underlands. How do you know Villa's gone there? She hunts something there. She has done for years something of terrible power. I can't tell you exactly what it is, only that she plans to use it to meddle with reality itself, which could be the doom of us all. So you'll help me find Villa. That's the deal that I've struck with your Inquisition, isn't it? Hunt my former comrade and my Dark Star crewmates for the polymath's pardon. After this, I'll be a traitor to everyone. He sighs, leaning back. Well then, Confessor, we may as well get to know each other. What did you, he waves his hands around, do before rotting in a cell? I was hired muscle. I see, probably running drugs and potions for the cartels, correct? Or cracking some skulls when money's due. Not that I can judge, we had plenty of contacts in your line of work. Anyway, it doesn't matter now, eh? You've lost it all, hit rock bottom. That's something I can respect. He smirks and raises his drink to you. As for myself, my name is Jack Basalt. I suppose you've heard of me. He takes a sip from his tankard. I've not heard of you, no. Captain Basalt, shame of you. It doesn't matter. He chokes on his drink, sputtering. Well, I guess not everyone has heard the stories, eh? For a time, I was the most respected captain in the Union Navy. I took orders directly from Admiral Kalos, Bella's father, and for 5 years I trained Bella aboard my ship. When Bella defied her father and fled to become a mercenary, I followed. I gave up my rank, my station, my ship, to spend my years cavorting with Wiccans and pirates. Shame the Union Navy, they branded me. He stares down into his drink. But I kept her safe. Was that not also my duty? So how will we find her? Ha, you're asking me? As I said to your masters, I can provide naught but shreds of information. You'll have to do the rest. What I have for you are 3 names. Names of former Dark Star mercenaries who left Bella's crew after the mutiny. Together, maybe a lot of us can track her down. What is this about a mutiny? A few years back, Bella found a map that pointed to something impossible. She'd used to make a heaven of the sky realms. She said, change the fabric of reality so folks don't know poverty or injustice or even death. I'm sure she believed it still, but for a lot of us Dark Stars, it scared us witless. You just don't go meddling with things like that, unless you want to die screaming. We tried to convince her to make her see reason, but she took us down into the Underlands anyway, on that mad pursuit. So we mutinied, and the Dark Stars spilled their own blood on those skyships. In the end, Vela escaped with those loyal to her, and the rest of us scattered to lick our wounds. A wicked time that was. Okay, tell me about these mercenaries. First, there is Emberian, called that because folks say she's the last of their kind. Of course, that's pure squid shit. If she was Emberian, she'd be 400 years old. I've heard talk she's somewhere in Hallowshire. Next, there's the Endless Duchess, a powerful cipher wizard. She went back to her ancestral home in the Endless Realm, and like all those you'll find there, she's cursed to never truly die, which means she's really is 100 years old. Finally, there's Caxton Frost, a genius of the Clockwork Kingdom. That man could engineer a sky ship from a sack of junk. Last I heard, he's returned to his homeland. And you're sure they'll help us? I'm sure they'll follow you to their certain deaths. Of course not, you fool. They'll probably try and cut your head off. But if you want to find Bella, you're just going to have to ask nicely. Got it. You lot must have captured Bella's fortress, the Blinding Light, correct? I heard the cannon fire from here. Tell you what, I'll head there myself after this little chat, and if you find any of those Dark Stars, send them there and all. He fixes you with a grim stare, and that thing Bella's looking for. She mustn't use it. Nobody must ever use it. You hear me? If you've any sense, you'll make sure it stays buried down there. He shifts, suddenly nervous. Right. Well, I think we're done here. Interesting. Okay. So we gotta find these 3 like mercenaries that used to work with Vela. And they'll give us details as to like her whereabouts, hopefully. The door is barred from the other side. What is this? A Guide to Oniric Isles by Niccolo Lopo. It was a sweltering day in Riovo when my editor burst through the door. The twin stars of Vena were dancing high that day, bathing the city in a searing yellow haze. Niccolo, he yelled. After nearly dislodging my front door from its hinges, the impact of his injury had caused my house to sway. Suspended as it was, like a house in Rioba, from the interconnected web of pulleys and cables and bridges that kept the city aloft. You are going to the Oniric Isles, he declared. Your ship leaves tomorrow. I must confess I was taken aback. The periodical I wrote for the Weekly Whale was mostly concerned with the petty dramas of Riova's wealthy elite, with little penchant for travel memoir. But then the proliferation of cipher-based periodicals with their self-updating calligraphy was making an editor nervous. He had clearly decided that sending me to the arse end of nowhere to my certain demise would titillate our readership and bring in some coin. That's kind of interesting because that almost sounds like they've created like AI-generated articles. So he has to go like somewhere more interesting to get real news that isn't just AI generated. Many citizens know of the Oniric Isles only from fairy tales. It is a small archipelago of little political import, drifting around in the southernmost edge of the Apostatic Union's borders. While the central region of Hollowshire saw fierce fighting during the God War, it has only recently been absorbed into the Apostatic Union's territorial sphere. What both excited my editor and perturbed myself was that the inarguable wildness of these strange islands. They are illuminated by a single neuron star which orbits close to the islands, dousing them in magenta light. The Wiccan coven of the Worm has long squirmed in the dark recesses of Hollowshire, and has caused nothing but trouble for the Union forces stationed there. Similarly, the historic lawlessness of that place has made it a dark haven for smugglers, pirates, and brigands alike. Meanwhile, beyond the Union's territory lies even stranger islands. The archipelago's western edges are home to the notorious Endless, who feature in many whispered old wives' tales, who are featured in many whispered old wives' tales, but have rarely been glimpsed by mortal eyes. The eastern islands, mind you, are very different from the realm of Cordova, which famously declined to enter the Apostatic Union Commonwealth after the God War, has been found there. Its exact relocation cannot be dated, as is so often the case with the islands drifting unrecorded through the sky realms, but the strange complex machines that are being constructed there have caught the attention of many of the Union scholars and aetherists. To travel to such a place, then, was a folly of the highest order. Indeed, I would not have turned down the venture in an instant were I not facing imminent bankruptcy. Indeed, I would have turned down the venture in an instant were I not facing an imminent bankruptcy. So, with a heavy heart, I accepted and began to pack my things. These volumes, originally published in my column in the Weekly Whale, recount my foolhardy venture into the strange and dangerous Oniric Isles. Interesting. So we'll probably see more of these little books, and they'll probably tell us more about the lore or the like islands as we encounter them. What's going on over here? Some coins? Oh, lockpicks. Cannot carry. Okay, so you just straight up have like a certain number of lockpicks that you can carry. Is there another book over here? Recollections from the God War by Juliana Liddell. Interesting. I like the illustrations in this. Before our airship rose a writhing mass of flesh, taller than any tree, any structure, any living thing. It filled the horizon with this ghastly form. A hand rose to thwart us, or should I say many hands, for the thing's flesh bubbled and boiled with minute approximations of the whole. Its arm was made from many arms. Its screaming face had countless gaping mouths. And the captain's voice bellowed across the deck, being no Navy woman, I cannot recount these orders, but the ship began to lurch to the side, a futile attempt at evasion. With an almighty crash, I was flung against the ship's bow. We spun in free fall. Through splinters and dust, I could see the other half of the ship. We had been split in twain, and the ground was rushing to meet us. The ship exploded into fragments as it struck land, but I did not feel the impact. I levitated just inches from the wreckage, a glow encircling me. I could see the hand of an erudite academy scholar buried in the rubble. It twitched, the glow flickered, and I fell safely to the ground. I know not who saved my life in place of their own, but I think of them often. The creature towered above me, staring with many eyes, howling with many mouths. These were the closing months of the God War, and the Wiccans had become desperate. Faced with their annihilation, they had embraced practices that had long been forbidden. Whatever lurched towards me had once been a god, though it could not be called that anymore. As it raised its arms to strike me, its bulk blocked the light of the Neuron Star. Against my better judgment, against the very ideology to which I had committed myself, I uttered a prayer to my family's patron god, a god I had seen cut to pieces not a month before. Who knows, maybe some vestige remnant of that god yet remained and took pity on me. A hideous noise erupted from the monster. Its flesh had always shifted in some eldritch pattern, but now it appeared to flow like liquid. Huge chunks of it began to drop to the ground, exposing glimpses of skeleton. Whatever the spell the Wiccans had cast, whatever power flowed through this entity, it was failing. At that moment, our sister ship burst from the clouds at blistering speed. A dozen cannons erupted into fire, and the creature rippled with explosions. A voidstone lance, itself the size of a small vessel, was flung directly into the monster's skull. The thing buckled and bent under its own weight. It appeared to be melting. The skin tore around its neck, and its head bent back in an unnatural way, eventually dropping to the ground. I would later discover that it crushed a nearby pub. After a few moments, all appeared to be left was a steaming mound of flesh and bone. So, like, this God War isn't just like among the religious, like, oh, this is the skull it's referring to. The skull that's on the front of this building. That's wild. So this God War that they're referring to isn't... Oh. We can't go up there yet. Interesting. So this... Look, that's the skull of the god that it was referring to. So this God War isn't just like among the followers. It actually like involves the gods themselves. That's really wild. So we can't get up there. That's weird. See, now I can't stop thinking about what could be up there. Man. Okay. So do we got like a whole little town going on now? Okay, they've got like a... Oh, and it moves. Like it has like a compass. That's interesting. So like one of the ways that they solve which way is north, south, east, or west is they have a compass that just floats or that just hangs. get in this? There we go. Oh man. I love sewer areas in games. I don't know why, but this room reminds me of the opening room in Dark Souls. If there was a hole in the ceiling, yeah, that's what it would be. Alright, so... can we do this? I don't even know if it's possible for us to roll a 6 yet. Okay, let's get some more lockpicks. Oh, so now we're suddenly missing, or we're out of lockpicks. Okay, well, let's not keep trying it. Let's invest in lockpicking before we can continue. So what's this way? Well, this one's barred. Okay. Interesting. Bright eyes shine from an unwashed face. You catch the girl's attention. Hey, you wouldn't want to help a girl out, would you? What's the problem? She wipes sweat from her brow. I've got to deliver these Beyond Silks to my guy at the Wobbly Noggin. But after lugging these here, my own noggin's not doing too good. She flashes you a smile. Sure. I owe you one, I really do. She hands you a wooden box. Just ask around for Bardolph. He's usually in the small room. If he's not got himself kicked out. She winks. So, something about when I mentioned asking a guard if I need help, she was like, no, you don't have to do that. Interesting. Okay. Bardolph is his name. Hold it. He looks at your box. What do you got there? I'm making a delivery for a friend. These are silks from Beyond. He chuckles, like I've not heard that one before. You know we've got a real problem with smugglers in Hollow. A lot of illegal goods slipping through the net. So I'll ask again, what's in the box? I'm gonna be honest. I was told they were silks, but I've not really looked. Silk's my ours. Let's have a look then. He cracks open the box, writhing. Tentacled creature stares up with an assortment of eyes. Yep. Here's a Typhos, nasty creature from Lundell used for poisons. Now what's a vagrant like you doing with such a thing, eh? I can tell you the Inquisitors won't be kind. You'll be hung from the gallows by a week's end. I was set up. I didn't know what was in the box. Would 5 coins change your mind? Would 20 coins change your mind? Please take whatever you want. Just let me go. I'm going to attempt to say that I'm an agent of the Inquisition. Oof. We needed 30. How many coins do we have? He rolls his eyes. Don't bother. You've wandered into the spider's web either way. Pathetic. You vagrants and criminals and pagans ought to be quartered. Without a word, he grabs a variety of valuables from your bag. Now listen, I'm in a good mood, so I'm going to let you off. But your little box is staying with me. Okay. We gotta go talk to this lady real quick. Also, we don't have any more healing potions. And, oh wait, I thought she was gone. Oh, it won't let us talk to her. What? We can't even address this? Be like, hey, why'd you do that? Smuggling little poisonous dudes. Let's see what's up here. The Bubbling Brew. We sell a wide array of useful items, from healing potions to alchemy ingredients. There's also an alchemy station in the corner if you possess the alchemical ability to. It's free of use, and I can assist with the process. I'd like to look at your wares. Okay, so we got 54 coins. So if we absolutely need potions, we can come back here. There's like a no entry sign. Boat store, clothes store, weapon store. What's clothes store going on? Ah, welcome to the Glorious Garments. I can tell you are a customer of exemplary taste. I have a selection of fine attires to choose from. If you're interested, I can also explain the specifics of tailoring. Okay, so we can get like a little different. There's vagrant's robe, stuffy cap. Interesting. What do these do? A humble cap, the likes of which are seen all over the apostatic union. Though hardly the pinnacle of fashion, it is a simple charm. Threadbare garments probably worn by a cipher scribe who had fallen on hard times. Though it is not uncommon to see scribes living the lowly life of a vagrant, one should not underestimate them, for their very attire may crackle with magical potential. Interesting. Union furnishings. This contract grants access to apostatic union furnishings when redecorating a property. It is signed by the owner of the Glorious Garments in Hollow Town, who will provide the items. Note that redecorating any property usually costs a small fee. So it sounds like you can get a house, which that's going to be wild. The owner of this place won't let you get past this point, except. So I have a suspicion that that is DLC content. Or not DLC content, but future update content is what I mean. That they will probably populate those populate the upper floors of those stores later on. Oh, here's somebody. A guest. Welcome, welcome. The man flares his nostrils as he looks at you up and down. I'd offer you a seat, but these chairs are terribly expensive. I presume you're here about a job offering. I'm here for the job. What job is that? I'll tell you. Actually, I'll just be going. Yeah, we'll come back and talk to this guy here in a minute. Thinking about getting a different weapon. Oh, this is like a blacksmith place. The countryside is teeming with goblins and unsavory creatures. Only a fool ventures forth without a sharpened blade. Here at a fair blade, we've plenty for sale, and you can use the crafting station to modify your gear. Let me see what you have for sale. We have chainmail armor or a fine sword. An expertly crafted blade made with the highest modern refinements. If we get that, that's all we can get. Oh, I see. This is the purchase. This is the sell. Let's go ahead and get this. And then let's sell our rusty sword. Okay. I also want to get this chainmail, but we can't get it yet. So, also, why are you so tall, lady? Oh, okay, you're standing on it. I was wondering why she was so freaking tall. Man, these Minecraft houses are great. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, look at our cool sword. Alright, let's put up our cool sword before we accidentally get in trouble. Alright. Now... what is this? Ginger seed. A potent seed that vibrates in one's hand. Can be used as an alchemy ingredient. The volatile nature of this herb makes it ideal for restorative potions and poisons alike, and so is prized by criminal gangs of Slev. Did that kill it, or is it just asleep? It's weird. This is kind of like a pretty little, like, town. Kind of an interesting town, like, to be built in such a way that it's, like, you know, accommodating the fact that it's, like, a flying island. Oh, there's that place that guy was talking about. Up there. That's interesting. This whole setting is actually very, very interesting. What is this? Ah, welcome to the Emporium of Oddities. We have spells and equipment for the budding adventurer, and you are welcome to pursue the books I have lying around. Have you heard of Emberian? Ah, well, yes, I have. She's quite the talk of the town. Many people have seen her striding around in that antique armor. In fact, she came by this shop not too long ago. I tried to determine where she obtained the Emberian equipment of hers, but she was very tight-lipped about it. Do you know where I can find her? Well, I did ask her where she was staying. I must admit, I'm just quite nosy like that, and she confessed that the luxuries of the town were not to her liking, though she wouldn't say more on the matter. After she left, I could see her out of my window making her way back. She strode into the forest to the west of Hallowshire. Of course, with her interest in all things Emberian, I'd wager she'd have taken an interest in that small ruin in the forest. The one with the old rusty turbine that you can see rising from the trees. Oh, but I really shouldn't be telling you all this, should I? Customer confidentiality and all that. Maybe keep it between us. This dude, like, straight up was, like, very, very nosy. Okay, so to the west. That would be over. Oh, excuse me. That'd be over this way, right? So, like, if I come over here, there's like a turbine, he said, sticking out of the woods. I don't see it. We might just have to go down there and check it out ourselves. What is this? This contraption seems to require a key. Okay. How do you get up in it? Who knows? Okay, what's this? Door is barred from the other side. It looks like there's a person in there. Like, I think I see the top of somebody's head right there. Interesting. Okay. Alright. The clerk's desk is buried under ink pots and parchment. His arms move wildly, grabbing papers and scribbling with his quill. Occasionally he'll mutter an obscenity, throw a document to the floor, and stamp on it. You notice you as you're approaching. No, never. Absolutely not. Excuse me? I know your type. You have a look about you. A look that says you're a legal nightmare. Maybe your house has drifted into a different principality, your name contains letters that don't exist, or a doppelganger claims ownership of your cattle. Whatever it is, I don't care. So unless you've come here to purchase a dilapidated old manor house for an outrageous sum of money, please saw it off. Alright, well, we'll do that for now. I kind of wish... Oh, I think we're tired. Is that what this symbol up at the top means? Fatigued. Your stamina is low. Okay, what we're gonna do is we'll go rest, and then we're gonna go ahead and end this session for now. We've looked around this town. It's kind of interesting. We'll come back next session and get more information, and then we might head out and try to find this Imberia lady. I didn't even realize we're accidentally hurting ourselves. I'd like to rent a room. Alright, we went ahead and saved our game. Alright, thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you tune in next time for more Dread Delusion. So far, it's pretty interesting. I really like the world that they're setting up. At first, I didn't think I was going to like it, but as the game goes on and fleshes it out more, it's kind of like got me intrigued. Alright, well, I'll see you guys next time.